Hello everybody, my name is Ratnose. Happy New Year! Welcome to another Great Vault video. Today we've got quite a bit of content. Quite a bit of vaults to open up. So without further ado, let's get started. We've got my Death Knight up first, which is my main raiding character this tier. Haven't actually done all that much on it in the last few weeks, but I did do 4 mythic bosses last week, along with 1 key. So actually, I can't even really take a socket profitably here because I don't really have anything to socket. So we're kind of hoping to actually see something good here. Best case would be one of these trinkets on Mythic. Looks like we're going to see, okay, the Branch of the Tormented Ancient. That is a trinket on the Myth track. There's also 489 chest piece, a haste heavy chest piece as well. I could put this on and then catalyze my helmet, but I don't know if I really want to do that. Or a cloak, but I'm putting currently Shadow Flame on my cloak. I don't really want to change that either. I think I'll just take this branch. I don't think this thing is particularly... I mean, I don't know. I think that, like, these trinkets are really good. But this goes up to 489. Alright, well, I don't know. I'll look more into this. Maybe I'll take this. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just take a socket. I don't have anything to socket either, though. So, I guess I would... I mean, I kind of want to get some sockets because I will presumably at some point get some Myth track rings, you know, a Myth track belt, a Myth track bracers. So I have a decent need for some more sockets. I'll probably end up taking that socket. I will look into it a little bit more if that branch is at all useful for this. But yeah, starting off, you know, the thing is, it was going to be pretty hard to get a really good item on that character because I already have such good loot on it. It needed to be one of like 2 or 3 exciting trinkets, right? Like the Fire Act trinket, or the 2 trinkets I already had equipped. And then failing that, it needed to be like Myth track upgrade in one of the slots I only have Hero track in, but I only had 3 slots in the vault there, right? I didn't do like 3 raid rows and 3 M plus rows. I did half that, so it was reasonably likely I wasn't going to actually get an upgrade on that guy. This guy, on the other hand, is my Demon Hunter. Now, I did 8 keys on this character in a remarkable display of passion last week. So a lot of good stuff we can get here. A trinket to replace my Porcelain Crab would be very, very cool. A weapon to put up to 489, put into my main hand. That would be pretty cool. A cloak, although I kind of want to just put, you know, a flavor pocket on my cloak or something, so I wouldn't be super thrilled about that, but I wouldn't be sad. Or just Myth track, a tertiary, a socket, a ring. It looks like we're going to find Myth track helmet. Unfortunately, that replaces Leech on my helmet. There's a cloak, or there's bracers. I think I'm probably still just supposed to take the helmet. I mean, Leech is cool, but it's not that big a deal when you're playing Vengeance. You're already doing a lot of self-healing, right? Like, where's my Leech healing? I guess it did do a lot of my healing, but in this last key, but you got a lot of Leech, you know, from meta and stuff. Or is it from meta? You get a lot of Leech from somewhere in the tree. I don't know. Let's see. Leech. You get a lot of Leech from Soul Rending, as I was saying. And from meta, while meta's active, you get 10% more from this, so I was half right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, these are also... This is the most eye level upgrade. I mean, you could make an argument. This is crit haste as well. You know, crit haste cloak. That's kind of hard to come by. I'm kind of talking myself into the cloak here. Then I get to keep my Leech for a little while longer. But because the thing is, like, any helmet can catalyze into this helmet, right? But not any cloak can catalyze into crit haste, which are my best stats on cloak. So, yeah, let's take the cloak. Let's take the cloak. We can greed the Leech a little bit more. This is more eye levels for my character sheet as well, which is good for getting invited to stuff if you think about it. So. That's kind of another level of min-max a lot of people don't think about, but the getting invited to stuff min-max, that's pretty good. Okay, let's see. What do we want? Like homebound speed, or let's do graceful avoidance. Graceful avoid. I actually am not sure which one's best for. I feel like you don't need speed as a demon hunter because you're already so fast. I feel like you don't need leech, so I feel like avoidance is the one that most. I mean, obviously, like, there's only some attacks that you can mitigate with avoidance as a tank, but yeah, put on graceful avoidance for now. I might change that later. Whatever, just want to put an enchant on before I forget. Okay, up next is my paladin. Now, my Paladin did, I think, 8 bosses of Heroic, or 9 bosses of Heroic. No Fear or Laugh. No Fear or Laugh on any characters yet, but this week's the week for sure. Next week, I'm going to log in and have a nice orange weapon on 3 characters. But as of this week, I have it on 0 characters. I kind of actually hope I don't get it on my non-Blood DK characters. At least I hope I get it on my DK first, because I don't know. My guys are tanks mostly. It would be very annoying to get it on the characters that can't tank with it. Okay, so this guy has a lot of big upgrades that we could find here. I would actually most like a shield. A Mithrax shield would be the thing that would make me happiest. But we could also get a lot out of boots, gloves. I actually don't think I need a belt. I think I have a belt waiting for me to, replace this at some point. We could get a good trinket, although I'm in loot spec prot, and we're looking mostly at M+. I think I have 2 M+ slots and 3 heroic raid slots, so we're hoping to take something out of the M+ slots. Not really good trinkets for prot, aside from the one I already have, when you're looking for that. Okay, Mithrax pants, I already have those. Mithrax necklace, I have my lariat there. Herotrack socketed helmet. Technically a short-term upgrade, although a worse short-term upgrade than just taking the socket and then putting it in the Mithrax helmet I already have. Herotrack bracers, or Herotrack gloves to replace my 450s. Now, this is an unfortunate vault here. There's 2 arguments that you could make here, right? You could just take the 467 Herotrack gloves, but any gloves I get from M+ will be better than this, and I'm sure I can get some gloves from M+ at some point. So I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take the helmet because I could just take the socket, right, and put the socket in my helmet. I'm not going to take these bracers, obviously. I'm not going to take these things because they replace things I already have. So it would just be a question of whether I wanted the short-term power of the gloves or the long-term power of a socket. I think for this character, it's pretty obviously going to be the socket that is better for me. Like, at some point, I will find gloves from something, right? And whereas sockets are a lot harder to come by, right? I can now throw this socket into my helmet, and that thing is now done, right? This thing is gonna last me until, well, I guess until Fated. So maybe not that long, but it's done for at least a little while. The helmet is done. So all right, a little unfortunate here. We've got kind of socket. I guess the cloak was a legitimate upgrade. Socket, and this socket was a little bit more painful because I had so few. I had so many more spots that would be big upgrades that I could have found, right? Like a shield would have been big, gloves in the M+ rows would have been big. So that's okay though. The eye level upgrades were bigger on the spots that I was missing, but I still actually had a lot of slots that were already Mithrax as well. So I was still kind of unlikely to find an upgrade. It's just if I did find an upgrade, it would have been a bigger deal on my Paladin than on my DK. All right, up next is my Warrior. Now, my Warrior's gear is also quite good. I did 1 key, I think, on this thing, so we are extremely at the mercy of... Actually, I think I did Heroic Raid as well on this guy. Yeah, of course, because this character can loot Fear Laugh, so that's something that those characters have been the ones I've been doing more Heroic Raid on than the others. Loot spec prot. Yeah, that sounds right. I think I would... I already have the good tank trinket, but I still want a shield. A Mithrax shield would be something that would be really nice. Okay, we've got a Crit Mastery ring. It's a lot of eye levels there. Or we have Herotrack pips, Defender of the Ancient, which I already have a Herotrack shield. Or we could get a different ring, a Haste Mastery ring. Crit Mastery is not exactly the stats that I like. I already have a crit heavy ring as well. I guess I should maybe still just take this. I don't know. Pip's badge is also... I could just take Pip's badge. I don't know. It's kind of a boring trinket, but it does just give you stats. And I do have a vial of animated blood currently equipped. Yeah, you know what? Like, it's kind of hard to find a decent tank trinket that will work in a lot of spots. This is more eye levels, but I really don't want to put on another crit ring. I feel like that would annoy me too much. So let's just slam Pip's Emerald Dream friendship badge in there. And do I have a good cloak? Do I have a cloak ready to replace this Spore Cloak yet? Looks like a veteran track one. Yeah, so I don't. Okay, that's something... This character could have used the Rawls Bib Mithrax. That would have been good on this guy. All right, so decent outcome. I could have maybe even taken a socket on that character, but I feel like I don't know. It's hard to justify not taking a not upgrading a 440 slot or whatever I had there, 447. Okay, here's my monk. My monk, I'm kind of interested in opening this vault as Mistweaver, because I kind of want to get an int weapon. Mistweaver looks kind of fun. But my gear is still pretty beans for Brewmaster, and I suspect that's probably what I'll be doing my keys on for at least a while, so I guess I'll probably be opening, yeah, Windwalker loot spec, because I do already have a Stone Scales, and the weapons are the same, so yeah, big weapon would be good here. Cloak of Fading Echoes, alright. Again, upgrades out of my old Spore Cloak, which, the Spore Cloak does not feel particularly good anymore. It's like so nerfed, and it's low eye level now, so we'll put on the Cloak of Fading Echoes. It is a haste cloak, so actually there's a decent chance I'm going to toss this in the catalyzer. I think there's a way that you're supposed to be able to look at... Let me see if I can... So I know you could go to Wowhead and just find out what the catalyzer is there, but I think you can look at this as well. Like, there's somewhere in here where you can... Oh, it's like in the collections or something. Let's see. Appearances. Sets. Okay, Mystic Heron's Discipline. I don't know. I have some add-ons going on here. Mystic Heron's Feathered Mantle. Let's see if I can find... Is Feathered Mantle going to be the right one? I think it is, right? View sources. Mystic Heron's Feathered Mantle. Okay. All right. I don't know what add-on it is that's doing this, but that's nice. So I could see it would be Haste Verse. All right. Well... That's more haste than my current one does. All right, we're not going to catalyze this cloak then, and we're just going to put it on for eye levels for now, and you know, maybe find a better cloak at some point in the future. I guess I'll put it on now. I'm not going to bother enchanting it. I guess I should Hearth, because we talked about this before, but 10-second Hearthstone cast and then instant log out is faster than 20-second log out, assuming this loading screen takes less than 10 seconds, which it usually does. It's close, but then it also saves me time next time I log in, which is also nice. All right, let's see. These guys are all done. It's time for my druid now, and then we move on to the real circus portion of the video. You're seeing here. You're like, wow, he's almost done with his tanks. How come the video's only halfway through? I did a lot of damage to some friendships last week, especially on Afflicted Week, and you know, got a lot of vaults for this video, so here is my druid. Loot spec Guardian I think is going to make sense, because I would like a Stone Scales on this character. And that would be... I've already looted 2 Mythtrack Prophetic Stone Scales. It wouldn't be too much to ask for a third, so... Let's see that. Oh, I definitely have a... Okay. Blight Reaper. Okay. Mythtrack Staff. I mean, you know, Verse Mastery Staff. So it's not the... Fyrakk Rashon weapon, but this is a lot of eye levels. I'm gonna take that, and I mean, eye levels on a 2-handed weapon are so nice as well, because this is now such an efficient place for me to throw upgrades into as well. Right, like if I put 30 Aspect Crest into that, I can get up to a 489 2-handed weapon. That's a lot of value, so pretty happy with that. Let's see, Sophic Devotion. Hopefully, that's probably this character's last Sophic Devotion. Oh no, I dismounted before buying. I guess I might need to buy another thing during Fated. I don't know. I wonder when Fated is. I wonder if I'm, you know, buying all these enchants for gear that's only going to last a month. Inventory's full. So why does it do this? I've seen this before, but you can't enchant stuff when your inventory's already full. Okay, hang on. I gotta vendor some stuff. I don't need that. I don't like vendoring tier, even though I know I'm never gonna need it again. I don't like vendoring it. I don't know why. Okay, I vendored 3 pieces. That should be enough. Surely that's created enough bag space that I'll never have to worry about it again, right? That sounds like a nice problem for me to deal with in the future. I have all these bind on equipped items that I've already collected the appearance of as well that I've just not sold, but it's because my old sell junk button, this is from an add-on. I have an add-on that provides the sell junk button, and now obviously Blizzard has one too, and the Blizzard one will sell these, but the old sell junk add-on didn't, because, you know, you can collect their Mog and stuff. But yeah, it's something, I maybe just delete that add-on and start using the Blizzard button now that that exists. Okay. Tank's done. Let's move on to, so this was a really good outcome, by the way. This character got the luckiest, I think, of all of them so far. But that pales in comparison to the luck that we're about to see here. So this is my hunter. It has done 1 keystone. It actually wasn't that bad. Like, I could feel that this is an overpowered DPS spec. I was playing Beastmastery in that key. Yeah, I could feel that it was working out decently well. So, loot spec Beastmastery. Yeah, try and upgrade this Failure Disposal Cannon Dragonflight Season 2 Hero 3 out of 5 item that I had. And yeah, a lot of stuff we could find here. But a gun would be... a time strike... a 483 time strike gun. Is it too much to ask? Alright, well... it's hard to argue with a 75 eye level upgrade on the necklace, but... I'm just... a time strike gun would have been really cool there. That would have been nice. But yeah, we'll put on the necklace. I gotta remember to throw a socket in there and stick my gems in that, but the video is gonna be long enough already. We'll do that in another... not in a video, I guess. So right now my character's failing the necklace check, which, one of my guildies, anytime we're pugging, he will inspect people as he invites them, and if their necklace doesn't have 3 gems in it, he kicks them. It's like, that's the minimum bar for, you know, what you're expected to... it's the 1 slot inspection. I would say about 30% of people fail that check as well. In Group Finder, and I think it leads to somewhat more stable groups doing that check. I don't know. It depends. Like, sometimes somebody's wearing like a 447 necklace, and you know, they just haven't bothered to put stuff into it. But I think it is a pretty good metric. Pretty good metric, this expansion. All right, Warlock time. Loot spec AF. Got good weapons, or I've got I wouldn't mind seeing a weapon here. We're going to find Imbued Frostweave Slippers instead. That's good. This has Spirit on it, which is an extra stat, so that will let me... what do Warlocks even do that cost mana? Whatever it is, I will be able to do it more often. You know what? Let's take a look at the spellbook. Curses? Curses cost mana, so I could spam out some extra curses. Drain Life cost mana. I guess everything costs a little bit of mana, but... does anything cost, like, a lot of mana? Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, okay. I don't think I could oom myself even if I tried on this thing. Because, like, you can oom yourself on... you could oom yourself on a mage by, like, spamming spell steal, right? You could oom yourself on a priest, even if you're a DPS on those things, but... I don't think Warlock has anything spammable that costs mana like that, so... I don't know. We'll take the boots because they're just high level, right? But... it's not going to be as good. All right. Let's go on my mage next. May I have a word with you? So this character is a bit of a creature. I got 1 offhand last week or 2 weeks ago or something. Really would like to see, I don't know, some kind of good trinket or something. Shadow Feather Shawl. All right. I mean, that's a lot of eye levels there. I'm not even really sure what this character wanted. I guess it was still probably just a main hand. Either a main hand or a staff. That's probably still the best I could have done. Or something to replace my Vessel of Searing Shadow. Which, you know, is not bad, but it's pretty low eye level, so... Ooh, I have a 470 waist. Just put that on. Don't know what that was doing in my inventory and not equipped, but... you know, not to worry. You learn something new. Every time you open your inventory, you learn something new about what your character has access to. Okay. All right. So, again, a decent little eye level bump here, but nothing tremendous. I'm going to try out something other than fire on this thing soon as well. I've done fire keys on it the last couple of times I've played it, and I kind of want to try frost. I've heard frost is kind of different than it used to be now, the Ray of Frost stuff. I want to see what that's like, so... yeah, that'll be an operation for this week, maybe. Or maybe I'll just play Fire again. I don't know, Fire's really fun. Or I could try it Arcane. That's the third option. Here's my Shaman. So my Shaman, I'm at a bit of a crossroads on, because I did a Key as Elemental on it last week. Picked up a nice little cloak. Surely there won't be a cloak in the vault this week. But yeah, I'm going to actually be in Loot Spec Enhance, because I would like to transition this character to being an Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement's cool. Enhancement's fun. Enhancement's good this season. Everybody I know that plays Enhancement is talking about how good the rotation is. All right, we're not going to find an item that is locked to either type either. We're going to, in fact, find the same necklace that my hunter found. But I actually don't know if Mastery is good for Ellie or Enhance. I don't think it's particularly great for Ellie. I don't know for Enhance. But yeah, all right. Either way, on we go. 3 characters to go. This is now my priest, which I have some ambition to play a little bit of discipline on it at some point, but I don't know. I've mostly just been having a reasonable amount of fun with Shadow, although I don't know. Shadow it feels worse than it used to for me. Also, I did no damage on it in this key that I did, but this key I was doing a lot of dispels and I was getting griefed and stuff, so you can't look at the damage meter here. That's not ethical. That's not fair. But yeah, we got a lot of big upgrades we could find here. I guess I don't really want to find bracers. Gloves, okay. That's a lot of eye levels on those gloves, so pretty happy there. I don't have any tier, or any of the new tier yet on this aside from these gloves, which is a little bit annoying because I needed these for my old 4-piece. I guess I could put on, I could take off my Azure Weave. I think Azure Weave, I don't know if Azure Weave is still good. I don't know. Either way, we've got the eye level upgrade now. We just got to figure out how we can juggle around our tier to put it in, but that's something to do. That's a problem, again, for future me to solve. Not something that I'll do in this video. All right, up next is my rogue. Outlaw is super fun. It's a good season for Outlaw. I want to play some more Outlaw keys, and this week is like bonus dungeon week, so do 4 keys, get a heroic raid piece. So there might be a lot of passion around for slamming a bunch of keys, in which case I'll be able to hopefully... I mean, you need so many crests as well. Like, I have 24 aspect crests, and I probably need, like, 300 to, just upgrade the highest eye level pieces, or the highest, budget slots like weapons and trinkets, and also craft some 486s, so I need to do a lot of keys on any character I actually want to play a lot of. Here is what we've got, though. It's Old One-Eye's Cowl. Old One-Eye's Cowl. Where is this from? Okay, let's think. It could be Throat of the Tides. What else even is in this dungeon pool that's like... This is such an old piece. It looks like an old piece. I think it's Throne of the Tides. That's my guess. Old One-Eye's Cowl. Let's find out. Old One-Eye's Cowl. Aha, it is indeed. From Lady Nazjar and Throne of the Tides. All right, well, that's a rare proc of Transmog as well. What? I already had a 483 helmet. Oh. All right, well, this is what you get. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with this, is that I didn't want to put the 483 helmet on because it would break my 4-piece, but now I just accidentally took another 483 helmet. It's not that bad. I feel like crit haste is better than haste mastery, maybe, because mastery's kind of bad, so... Maybe I'll take this, and this will be my off-piece eventually. So, long-term I'll transition into this, but it's very possible that I was supposed to take the fraction of a socket there instead. The thing is, if the fraction of the socket is going to be good, then it means I'm going to be playing the character a decent amount. And if I'm playing the character a decent amount, then I'll get some vaults where I can take, 3 times as many sockets instead. So, not too broken up about that, but that is a pretty funny error. That's something, dude, so many of my characters are just sitting on items that would be upgrades in their bags, just waiting for me to, like, fix my embellishment or, fix my embellishment situation, fix my tier situation, right? Here I have these 470 gloves that are waiting for me to fix my tier situation, which I'm about to do because I'm about to get a 483 Leech helmet with a socket. Okay, nope, I'm about to get Time Waste Sojourner's Bracelet, which is really unfortunate as well because I don't want to take bracers, because I have adaptive in the bracers, and I really like adaptive, so I don't think I even want to take these bracers, but yeah, I already have tokens of merit. All right, we'll take the tokens of merit. We'll take the tokens of merit, and now we're almost at a socket. Wow, That's really big. Dratnos draws kind of unlucky loot on this guy for sure. Because I think I literally have been offered bracers in 2 out of 2 of my 483 vaults on this character. The thing is, though, I'm playing augmentation on this guy, so it doesn't matter how much gear I have. Nobody knows that I'm not contributing anything on this character because I'm playing aug, so it's always going to look like my damage is bad, right? Like, that's what it's supposed to look like. So, this is the easiest character I've found to, like, sneak into keys and not feel like you're not contributing on because you're not supposed to do any damage anyways. Who's to say how much damage I was supposed to add to the other people in the group? There's no way to know, right? There's no way to know that I was underperforming unless you like look at the logs. And by the time anybody's looked at the logs, I'm already out of there into the next group, leeching once again. So anyways, that is our Great Vault video for this week. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to collect your quest, get your M+ quest. You can get it, I think, out of your dungeon journal. This will be offered automatically, I think, if you zone into a Dragonflight dungeon, but I actually don't think it gets offered automatically if you zone into one of the, like, Throne of the Tides, one of the returning dungeons. Maybe they fix that, but make sure you pick this up if you're going to do any keys this week. And, yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.